Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. For today's video, I'm going to showcase a Chaos Shadow fight against Talwar with a very budget-friendly team. This team was one I've showcased before, where rares are the star of the show. But for this video, I take off the legendary artifacts and show that we can do just as good without them. No legendary heroes, no legendary artifacts, and rares being the main DPS. But before I get into that, we need to talk about the D&D collaboration event. Starting February 23rd, you can now summon Elminster Omar from the Planner Summoning. He's a new hero of the fire element, the Sage of Shadow Dao. Before, we had Dristo Erden, who I absolutely love. This time we also get an exclusive artifact, which is perfect for Elminster, as well as other heroes. There's even a new boss to fight, Samaster. This enemy is going to come with a multi-stage set of battles for even richer content. Really cool graphics for this one as well. There's also some other new monsters like the Dracolich and the Stone Golem. There's also new dice skins. I love the ones from last season's, and these ones look great as well. They never disappoint with the graphics. There's also the Sage Baggage, which is a special pack you can purchase that gives you an avatar frame. There's new maps, new storylines, and so much to explore. Join the D&D legends in the Dragonheir world. Be sure to download via Android, iOS, Mac, PC, Steam, or Epic Games. And also be sure to use my promo code Dragon0223. Yeah, so this was another fun one from the Twitch streams, trying to showcase some budget-friendly options per requests of trying to do some stuff that doesn't always contain legendaries or legendary artifacts, like I said. It's very clear that these teams are very solid with or without fancy artifacts. Obviously, at this point, end of the season, you should have pretty strong gear, and if you don't, then, well, you didn't farm enough. Everyone should have legendary gear by this point. But I understand that legendary artifacts can be limited, so I'm just going to give you guys a great example of a very free-to-play friendly team that most anybody should be able to use. Alright, so on to the Talwar boss. So we're concerned with all of the debuffs and control, of course. And he also places attack penalty, but you know what? Furboth is up here being like, I got this. He's got 310 resistance, but we also have the Psychic Core and the Alliance bonuses on top of that. So he's just sitting here in Ancestral Protection. I mean, that doesn't really help. It doesn't matter for everybody else, but at least it gives him a little bit of extra damage reduction as well. He gains 15% damage reduction, so that helps for his survivability. We have Nathaniel here. Also, our main support with Mona Lisa set. Even though he has this extra stuff that scales with Enlightenment, and then he has damage with attack, blah, blah, blah. I did give him really good Enlightenment, over 300. But then I chose to go with HP as a focus instead of attack for extra little bit of damage, which you don't really need, because his passive is based on extra healing from his max HP, plus the Mona Lisa set is healing based on the wearer's max HP. So if you're putting Mona Lisa sets on people, you want them to have good HP. Vani is our damage dealer. Vani and Yagnats, they're both in epic artifacts here. We got some Gambler sets. We got a Emperor's Might set. And we've got Sigrid here to be Sigrid and place her attack penalty. Plus, she was my Witch's Remains, so I want to see if this team can now do this. Oh wait, this is the old... Can't show that all because that's not what it is. Instead of witches, so this is what, I guess I could show what I'm replacing. Instead of Witch's Remains on Sigrid, we're losing the big version of attack of defense penalty. And instead of Nathaniel being in the Hourglass, he's in the Incense Burner. We're gonna see if we could budget this team down to be a little bit more relatable. But I never had timings for this team before. Full YOLO, and yeah, using 2 rares as the main DPS yet again. And actually, I did this on full auto before with Yagnats as only a 4-star before I even made him a 5-star, so this is a fun one to try. If we're low on accuracy, I could use her aura, but I think we're okay, so let's just use the HP. And this positioning, if you put the tank up in that top corner, they're the only one that get hit the entire battle. So the other super budget option is to throw in an Enna at level 1 with no gear, nothing. Doesn't need absolutely anything. She can just be down here at the bottom, putting up her buffs to help do the recovery over time. And yeah, just, I guess you could have her with accuracy. Actually, no, she dispels, so she doesn't need accuracy for that. She doesn't need accuracy, she doesn't need anything. Just a level 1 Enna just down there in the corner. Or anyone else to support, but she's perfect example of a budget way to make a team like this work without extra resources. But yeah, Vani and Yagnats are going to be pretty equal, I think, as damage dealers for this team. We're trying the budget versions of these Chaos Shadow bosses with no legendary heroes, no legendary artifacts. At least a little bit. This team was already built and ready to go. So Furboth is mostly healing himself. Obviously Nathaniel's doing a great job as well. Half of the healing is him. But really, you could use Enna, and it's pretty cool, I think. I think it's pretty fun. But I like having Sigrid and Furboth here just to make sure that the attack penalty is up pretty often. I could time them so they're alternating, which I did not do actually, but I should. But they seem to be okay. They seem to be alternating now that we're getting into the battle more. But having attack penalty up the whole time is pretty easy with 2 people that do it on their ultimates. But you can see a Furboth up there is resisting pretty much everything. There's always the chance you're still gonna get, like, I guess 3%ed as we usually consider it. But he's resisting. He's doing good. So plenty of resistance once you consider the extra buffs. So this is full auto, no trouble, no timings, whatever. Yagnats and Vani, 2 rares, easy to book. I think I fully booked them. But the fun part is, yeah, this was already my team just with legendary artifacts. But I don't even need the legendary artifacts as it's pretty clear to see right here. We're gonna let this one go all the way to the end though. We're gonna see how far it goes. This is gonna go over 22 million probably. Let's see how we do. How far are we gonna go? I think... Oh, I think we can make it the whole time with this team. I'm trying to remember if this team died early. I don't think so. But even dumbing down the artifacts, it was only 2 artifacts. It wasn't like the whole team was full of them. Okay, Furboth is taking some bigger hits, so maybe not. I was like, can we go the whole time? I don't know. The timings are getting a little wonky. I could start manualing this to try to make sure there's at least a nice big heal at the right time. But I also kind of want to see if this can full YOLO. That's what I started with. We're almost there. We're so close. We're so close. 21. Oh, we're fine. Furby's like, don't worry, I got this. I'm good. He got this. He got this. Boom, past 22 million and he just died. But yeah, there we go. Another very budget 2 rare DPS. Plus Sigrid and Furboth Nathaniel. I love it. No legendary artifacts. No timings. Just some solid gear. I like it. Boom. And this one I'm gonna save because it is my team anyway. It is my team. So I'll take a look at the other people for the whole budget idea versus Talwar. So Talwar here again. Lightning damage is the strong thing. So your Dauntless people are great. Thunderbolt's kind of meh in this game right now unless you have Perkunte. I didn't even think to... I mean, I wouldn't try my Shinocton, who's melee anyway. Talwar... See, Talwar 2 here, I have Hexandra. And the only real DPS, I guess, is Nimbus with Yola as backup. So this is another good example of a budget team, but instead of Ergander using like Furboth or whatever as well. This team could definitely hang. So this is another one that would absolutely be free-to-play friendly. Just subbing out Ergander for Furboth with make sure he has resistance. This is my kind of OP team. This is a 2.5-man team with Theraval and Malik as the destroying everything. And then Stegomuffin is in here as a level 50. Just so he could have Witch's Remains and enough accuracy with Cyril's set. So he's like a baby support, but not even fully built. No books or anything fancy. And then Enna is here to apply her buffs, to dispel, to heal, with a recovery over time. Latalis is literally here for no reason. Except the 5-man synergy. He's not going to place any of his debuffs without accuracy as a level 1. So he's just there to fulfill the 5-man role. So you can definitely get creative and do stuff like this if you have half your team or is overpowered type thing. It's a fun option. I really like it though. And the deeper you get into battle, the more alliance buffs you have, you know? Like, see, you can see your alliance buffs right here. If you don't have all of them, you just gotta pay attention to what you do have. And so yeah, maybe because I have 15 skill haste, I could time a little bit better. But 90% of these battles, I'm not using timings anyway. Only a few of them I actually have timed. The enlightenment, the crit damage, after the first few days, after the first week, the next round is even easier because you'll start getting all your alliance bonuses. And if you're not getting alliance bonuses, get yourself in a better alliance. And if you haven't already, be sure to download Dragonheir Silent Guides now using the link in the description or the pinned comment. It's available on Android, iOS, Mac, PC, Steam, and Epic Games.